December 19th, 2012, Wednesday. The day before was the last of the year's matches. Instead of matches, combat class, and the dinner for the combatants after, there was to be an end-of-the-year party before Parents' Day. "Homework is done for the year," Olympian said as they walked past the dorms. "And no more enrichments," Cosmos said. "My mother's going to miss you," she said. "She can't find any more work for me. Those things are so ready it's not funny. Mom said the trials are good and they're on standby. She also said if you want to keep coming out for Saturdays after the beginning of the new year, she'll just take you out to see the sights. No work." "That's not much of an enrichment," Olympian said. "And using your chopper on guest instructors is?" Bioforce asked. He had it coming with his, "I'm so great, I beat this villain, I beat that villain, I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice." I just felt like I had to knock the scowl to the other side of his face. "He was a guest," Darkspeed said. "He asked for volunteers to fight with. Not my fault." "Are you guys taking your costumes or earpieces with you on vacation?" Virtuoso asked as they entered the dorm building. "Are you kidding? I sleep in this thing," Olympian said. "I'm asking because I wanted to know if we could all get together over vacation." "That's not a bad idea. I mean, we do have 16 days off," Darkspeed said. "You mean 14 days, Bioforce said. "We get the majority of the 2 travel days off, so I'm counting them. If the villains only knew how many superheroes were at Alpha seeing their kids, December 20th would be the day they'd all go on a crime spree," Bioforce said. "Actually, the Thursday before Christmas is when the parents are brought in for Parents' Day," Cosmos added. Darkspeed opened the door to the first team common room. "Whatever it is, I can't wait for my dad to see Alpha. He talked about this place like it was a shrine when I was growing up. My father talked about this place like it was Olympus. How about your father, She?" Olympian asked. "It was his old school, where he learned to be a leader," She answered. "My parents didn't talk about it at all. Lint and the dryer got more attention than where superheroes go to train," Cosmos said. "That's funny. Their kid turns out to be an Omni and he wasn't ready at all," Bioforce said. "Our parents didn't get us ready either," Virtuoso said as she opened the door to her room. "At least I knew what it was. Be out in a few." Bioforce entered her room and closed the door. The boys were left in the common room looking at each other. All the girls retreated to their rooms as soon as they entered the first team dorm. "What gives?" Olympian asked. "Are they getting changed for the party?" Cosmos asked. "We showered after exercises and we're wearing our costumes," Darkspeed added. "Are they putting cleaner costumes on?" "I thought they did earlier," Olympian said. "They didn't get dirty. Why would they change?" Olympian asked. Darkspeed jumped up and snapped his fingers. "Hair!" "Right," Olympian agreed. "They're doing their hair." The 3 boys looked at each other in silence for a moment. "Game room?" Darkspeed finally asked. "Sure, I bet the other guys are already there," Cosmos said. The party that evening was definitely the event the Alphas had hoped for. Simple music, good food, and no time limits made the evening enjoyable for all that attended. Later in the evening, Smith approached Connors and said, "I can't believe they've come this far in just a half a year." "Believe it. They're pretty good," Connors said. "Good? They're great. I wasn't this good until my 3rd year of apprenticeship, and that was with an established team. These kids would put any special force team to shame. I have to admit, I am happy with their achievements. From the brains to the hitters, they've stepped up. Olympian and Eclipse could be hitters on an Alpha team now, and the lab rats are making things that HU techs couldn't. Wave and Bioforce will probably make a pill that cures cancer next week," Smith said. "Maybe, but it's the stealths that will keep them from being ambushed, and the leaders that will carry them through the battle. Don't forget, we have 2 great anchors. One just so happens to be an Omni," Smith said. "I haven't forgotten. I just don't want it to be the Omni show. He's going to have enough pressure with his role." Connors was quiet and then smiled. "Although you're right, this team is the best I've trained yet."